People often ask me why I call myself a chief catalyst. But I believe when you got some incredibly talented people working for you, your role is that of a facilitator. You just have to make sure that they get what they want and they have access to innovation and technology, and make sure that all their energies and efforts are channeled through the right process. Call myself a chief executive, I think it would be inappropriate and highly disingenuous. Well, there are about 180 million smartphone users in India, and that number will be 450 million in the next 6-7 years. It's a humongous market, and I believe there is scope for many brands, for many more brands. Well, in all emerging markets, the rise of local brands has been a phenomenon so far. And I see it as a way forward because local brands are better placed to take on the competition. It's good that we've broken the barrier of technology and communication. The next big leap will come on the language front. I think we will break the barrier, and I guess local brands are better placed, are better positioned, if I may call it so, to take on the challenges, whereas phones designed in San Diego or manufactured in China won't be able to capture the space. Well, I am aware of the fact that Indian brands haven't done well in the recent past. Well, the reason being, we are not known for product manufacturing. We are basically a product servicing economy, and mistakes were made. We failed to realize that Indian customer is both quality driven and price sensitive. I guess we didn't stress on quality earlier, but now a lot of brands have invested on R&D and are doing exceedingly well. And if you look at the market share, out of top 5 brands in India across all price categories, 4 are Indian brands. So I believe it's one market where Indian brands will continue to do well in the years to come and will be successful. Well, the big idea going forward, as I said earlier, we've broken the barrier of communication and technology. I think we need to break the barrier of language. I think it's ridiculous even in this day and age. We communicate through one language. I think there exists a market for native languages across geographies, and I see it as a next big leap forward. I think that's where the next big thing will happen on mobile revolution. Now going forward, you're going to hear a lot more about customization and localization and adaptation. I think you got to adapt to a particular geography. Maruti sells more cars in India than Volkswagen or Toyota, not because they make better cars, but because they have adapted to a geography. So they're better placed in that. So I believe these. I mean, you're gonna hear more about these terms in the years to come. Well, the challenge so far has been to get the right set of people to work for you. In India, you have science and engineering graduates who can't differentiate between theory of general relativity and quantum physics. You got commerce and commerce graduates who can't analyze a simple balance sheet. So to get the right set of employable people, I think has been a challenge so far. And having had the best in the business, I just have to make sure that that they talk to one another, not at each other. Well, everyone wants to roar like a tiger, but you got to adapt yourself, and you got to be really smart. Remember, in Serengeti, hyenas are far more effective than all big cats put together, and as far as hunting is concerned, because they do both. They hunt, and they always are on the lookout for an opportunity to snatch meal from someone else's hunt. And I guess that's the key here. So we're all the new age hyenas dressed up in blazers, and we hunt wherever possible, and wherever we have to exploit a market condition, I think we will do that. So I think the comparison is apt. You can't be a tiger or a lion, but you have to be like a hyena. Well, you got some incredibly talented people working for you, and so the big challenge for me, I see it on a lighter note, is to make sure that they talk to one another, not at each other. Well, the Indian market is highly price sensitive and quality driven. So no one wants to spend more than a couple of $100s to buy a smartphone. So the challenge is to make sure that you get all the features, in the right price category. That's where there's a lot of competition between brands in providing better services and expanding service networks. Make sure that the brands meet the right quality. So we are launching with 4G mobile, but in the coming months, we're going to see budget models, budget Android models. Models across all price categories. Our idea is not about, we are not driven by sales, we are driven by innovation. We sell little. The idea is to make sure that we offer the best to the customer, best in all the categories, best in the price categories. We are purely driven by innovation. We are conscious about the quality. We do not want to compete with other cheap brands in the market so far. We're going to see a lot many models in the coming months. So our target is to sell about 1 million units in the first year of operations. So as I said, we're going to see about 3 or 4 models in as many months, right across all price categories. Well, we'll make use of both platforms, online and offline. We're on talks with a few major online companies. And also, as far as offline is concerned, we have a deal with one of a major distribution network, and we'll be disclosing the days to come.